I'm really proud of my accomplishment today.
How's your foot feel now?
It's okay. I have it bandaged up pretty well, but I'm missing about half of it. So.
Half the foot or half the bandage?
Half the foot. It got torn up pretty bad on in the round. So yeah, yesterday I was more a matter of just figuring out how to tape it for today, and moving forward, just making sure that I can keep it clean and I can get some good training in, which I'm sure I'll be able to do. I have a good support team. So, but yeah, I was a little bit distracted with that preparing for this race. So I'm pleased that it didn't seem to hinder me too much today. No, I mean, there's never a thought that you don't run nationals. Like, I could have been missing the whole bottom of the foot, and I would have been out there. This is what I train for. This is one of the most important races of my season. If I don't place in the top 3 here, then my summer, I don't get to go to Worlds. So that was my #1 priority. I'll worry about the rest later.
Shannon,
yes.
Moser told us yesterday that she'd been interviewed by USADA last week. Have they spoken to you yet?
No, I have not spoken with them yet.
And if they come to you, you'd obviously be willing to...
Oh yes, of course, yeah.
Would you go under oath if USADA asked you to do so?
I don't want to speak in hypotheticals, thank you.
Okay.
How hard has it been without Alberto? Because he hasn't been able to train with you guys.
Yeah, it's been disappointing. He's been in Portland. I haven't seen him in Park City for about a month. So, but we have a really great support staff, and with my old training group, I did a lot of training on my own. So, I have confidence that I will get the training that I need and that I can execute it the way that I need to, and I think my performance this weekend showed that.
And you've spoken to Mo?
No, I have not spoken to him.
Did you see that box coming? It looks like you can move with about
I was pretty
200
stuck in it,
but then you got boxed on the right.
I spent most of the last 300 meters just like, okay, am I going to be on the inside? No. Maybe on the outside? Okay, there it is. And then once it came, I just went as hard as I could. So, I was closing really strong, and but Jenny had a lead on me, and she's a great runner. So, coming home with second today, made the team, and that was the #1 goal.
Some of the girls behind you are some of the names we're not really accustomed to seeing, like Diamond Leagues and all that. What do you think of the strength of this team that's being sent today?
I think it's great. I mean, anytime you go out in as slow as we did, you never know what's going to happen. It's going to be, everybody's going to be there at the end of the race, and I think that's exactly what happened. So, I know there were some really happy people, some disappointed people. That's nationals. So, for me, my main focus was just making sure I was in that top 4, but top 3. So.
Something else Trinity told us was
yes.
that she'd been tested twice in the last 10 days, and
yeah.
she felt as if maybe NOP athletes were being targeted. Have you been tested more often recently?
Today will be my 10th time in the year, so I believe that that's more than most of my competitors. I have no problem. I would be tested every day. I just wish that the same sort of scrutiny would be applied to everybody equally. So, but like I said, I mean, I have been completely compliant with USADA. I have nothing I want to hide. I just wish, I don't know that it's being equally distributed.
Have you spoken already about whether you've been on thyroid medication or your TUE situation?
No, I have not, and I am not. So, so thank you.
And tactically, how did this race rank with other championships you're doing?
I'd say it was similar to Des Moines, where we went out really slow and then closed really hard, and that one was a pretty heartbreaking one for me. I came in 4th, dying the last 100, so I thought today might go a little bit sooner, especially with the weather being on the cooler side, but we've been preparing for either scenario. I know I'm in PR shape, but I know I also have really good speed, so I just tried to go into the race with confidence that I could perform in either scenario, and then, and then it's just about being in the moment and looking for those openings when they finally come. So.
After last year and then the way things are starting this year, where do you sight for Beijing?
Hi, I mean, it's been, 2009 was the last time I was on the medal podium. 2011 I had been injured. In 2013 I was in the 5K, so I'm really excited to be back in the 1500. I'm really excited, coming off of last summer and off this indoor season. I feel like I have a lot to do out there. So now it'll just be a matter of preparing as best I can over the next 7-8 weeks.
Yeah, how do you close the gap?
For sure, yeah.
You got close to Ginny last year at the end of the season.
Yeah.
I mean, she's the kind of standard bearer. How do you close that by the end of the year?
Just hard work. I mean, I can't control what anybody else does but myself, and this is my second summer with the Oregon project, so I feel like the coaches have a better sense of what it takes to get me ready. and I just put my confidence in them. I've never been an athlete that tries to micromanage. I just, you know, I work with Alberto and Pete, and I have the and our weight coach, and I have the confidence that, you know, I give them the feedback about how I'm feeling, and that they're, you know, they keep track of my training in the past, what's worked for me, and I let them do their job and just work my butt off when I'm in training. So.
And then what's it been like having Mary around these last couple of days? Have you spoken to her?
You know, it's hard during the race. I kind of go in my little cocoon. I'm either in we got a little hook there. I'm either in my room or doing my pre-meet, and I just really try to close off all distractions. So, you know, we see each other before the warm-up, and we see each other during our pre-meets and stuff like that. But I haven't really talked to anybody but my husband and my coach. So, you know, I'm sad for both Mary and Trinier. I know they're in great shape, and you know, I was really hoping that we'd be going to Beijing together. But I know they have some good racing ahead of them this summer. So.
You had the best final last lap, but you have to stay a little closer to Jenny, don't you?
Yeah, you know, it's the best final last lap doesn't really matter if you're not the first one across the line. So, you know, I know areas I need to work on. I know I've got my work cut out for me, but I've always been excited by a challenge, so I'm looking forward to that.
And on the
Kara Gouch came through here before, and she said if there was athletes that were thinking about joining the Oregon project, that she'd advise them to think long and hard, and then they'd have a label attached to them for the rest of their lives. Are you worried about that at all, about the label?
You know, before I came into the group, I made sure to speak to people who knew Alberto, who knew the athletes, and, you know, I asked those hard questions, and all the answers I got were that, you know, they felt it was a good place to be, and in my experience, I've been nothing but pleased with the treatment that I've gotten. I've never seen anything questionable. I would never have stayed with the group if I felt there was something dishonest going on. So, you know, I'm sorry for her that she was disappointed with her experience, but mine has been positive, and, you know, as long as everything stays on the up and up, which has been exclusively my experience, I don't intend to abandon people who've treated me well. So.
And on the NOP have been victimised a little bit here, so there seems to be an awful lot of pressure on you guys in the last month.
It's disappointing for me. I mean, I've been tested numerous times. I have a clean record. I've done everything that I could to comply and compete as a clean athlete, and to be labeled I don't feel it's fair. But, you know, I can't control what other people think, so I've just been trying to focus on what I can do and what I can accomplish, and keep doing things the right way, and hope that, you know, my legacy will stay what it is, which is that I've been a clean athlete that works hard, and, you know, will run with half a foot to try to make the U.S. team. So.
And on the supplement front, it sounds like you don't want to discuss yours, but do you feel like supplements are something that athletes have to take to be successful?
I can't speak for other athletes. I do feel that with the intensity of training, I know so many athletes that take supplements, and I'm not talking about crazy things. I'm talking about, for me, I take calcium, I take iron, I take, you know, essential vitamins and minerals that are important for me. So, you know, I haven't. Once again, I can't speak for other people, but for those athletes that say they can accomplish all of their goals with just a balanced diet, you know, that's amazing for them. I haven't seen that to be the case in almost any athlete that I've interacted with. Right. So, you know.
So maybe I misunderstood. Did you not say you didn't want to speak about what you take, or?
I said I haven't ever had a TUE. I'm not on thyroid medication, and I don't want to speak in hypotheticals about USADA and when I'm questioned by them. So. Thank you.